Hello everybody and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, where we just didn't have enough oomph in this lower stage to complete that last contract. So what I'm actually going to end up doing is I'm going to take off these boosters here, and we're going to place 2 hammer boosters here, and we are going to go ahead and give them an aerodynamic nose cone. We didn't do that before, but that's something we probably should do. And then we're also going to do radial decouplers on this side, but this is going to be thumpers. Okay, that's a little too high. Let's go ahead and place them right about there. And then we will stage these out. So let's go ahead and give ourselves aerodynamic nose cones for those as well. And then we're going to have all of this be in the same stage. And then we're going to stage off the thumpers when they run out of fuel. However, we are not going to be staging off the hammers because we need them. What's our thrust to weight looking like? 2.23? Okay, I think that should be reasonably fine. The thumper and the hammers will flame out at similar intervals, but not exactly the same. But let's just double check our staging. All 5 engines in the first stage. Excellent. The thumpers then stage off in stage 4. The hammers and the rest of stage 1 stages off in stage 3. And at that point we need to be at our apoapsis. So let's go ahead and launch this. Hopefully, this will get us there. We'll have a much higher thrust-to-weight ratio. So that should get us through the atmosphere a little quicker. I didn't do any structs. I wonder if that will be a problem. We'll see. Ish. But I think we're okay. I should have put struts on. Oh, my liquid fuel engine wasn't on. Should I revert for that? Maybe. I think I'm going to. And I'm going to go to the VAB and put those struts on. That's enough issues that I think it's pretty necessary. So let's just go ahead and put a single strut there. I don't think we need anything else. Anything else will just weigh us down. Okay, so let's try this without me completely and utterly failing. Turning the engine on tends to help. Okay, let's go. Much better thrust to weight. I was wondering why it seemed so low. Okay, so the real question is, what is our final apoapsis going to look like here? How high is our solid boosters going to get us? Substantially higher than we were before. There's no doubt about that. We're going to reach flame out on these momentarily. Okay, ditch those. Flame out on the hammers, but we need to keep those. This time we are still going up and increasing our speed. So what's our apoapsis? 100k. This is looking good. We've got lots of fuel left. I'm going to go ahead and start gravity turning at this point. We just need to remain suborbital at 160k. But I want to get some horizontal speed here. So we don't want to lose Jeb. Okay. Cutting engines. And then we don't even need to run the test, right? We just need to have the correct altitude. Yeah. Okay, so as soon as this completes, then we'll ditch these And we'll head towards the horizon and just try to burn and orbit. Or at least put as much air between us and the ground as possible. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and time warp a little bit until we get to 150 kilometers. Okay. 148. 149. 150. So that should be contract complete. Indeed it is. So we're going to ditch off the hammers. Oh, right. Okay. I just wasted a lot of fuel. Oh well. At this point, we just need to attempt to circularize, and we should have the Delta V to do that. I mean, there's no way we don't have the Delta V to circularize here. And because we don't have the scientific equipment, our thrust to weight is actually okay. So I don't think there's an issue here. We're just going to continue burning directly at the horizon for right now. We'll switch to burning just prograde soon, most likely. But we've got lots of time before we hit the atmosphere. Okay, I'm going to switch to just locked prograde. We're going to have some inclination, but I don't care. That's irrelevant. Okay, I'm actually going to continue burning up a little bit. Buy us some time before we re-enter. Okay, so let's go back straight horizon. Right about here. We've still got lots of time before we hit the atmosphere, and we only need to raise our orbit a little bit. 700 meters per second, but we've got 1,000 in the, or 2,000 in the bank, so I think we're fine. At this point, we're just trying to survive re-entry. Because the trajectory we were on was, I'm going to go ahead and say not a healthy one. It would have been better if I had remembered that the first stage was linked with the hammers. I don't know. I could have just manually moved them, but ultimately that's a planning issue, and I probably should have considered it. Okay, I'm going to burn over here a little bit. I mean, our apoapsis is currently very, very high, but that's okay. Let's burn here, I think, for a little bit. Attempt to twist our orbit in. In fact, we should be burning probably here. Yeah, we're now in orbit. Okay, so we should now move to retrograde. And how much Delta V do we have left? 1130? That's plenty. We don't have maneuver nodes yet, so I'm going to have to do this by gut. But we're going to stay retrograde, and at the periapsis, right about here, we'll stay locked retrograde, and let the re-entry burn begin. Okay, and that's a safe re-entry. Even with us wasting a bunch of fuel for no reason. Oh boy. Let's time warp till we're in the atmosphere. And now, let's physics warp until we're at about 40 kilometers. And then the question is, do we try to recover this stage? Realistically, I feel like we can without the weight from the science experiments. I suspect that's a thing. We can burn off the rest of this fuel on the descent. Not right now, though. Right now would be a bad time to burn that. In about 10 more kilometers, we probably will burn it, though. Five more kilometers. We are losing speed, but since we're following towards the periapsis, we are still gaining speed, but we're losing overall speed because our apoapsis is lowering. Okay. Atmospheric effects, turning off physics warp. Going to start the atmospheric burn at about 45 kilometers. We're going to be losing efficiency in our engines soon, so we need to burn this sooner rather than later, since we're in the atmosphere. So yeah, I think 45 kilometers is where I'm going to do it. Okay, let's initiate that burn. This is going to bleed off a lot of speed. And I think we can go ahead and recover this second stage, which would be great. Save us a lot of money. Okay, we are approaching flameout. There we go. But that did definitely lower our speed dramatically. Interestingly, our speed is still going up, but that's because we are still quite high in the atmosphere. I'm going to go ahead and go back to Whoa. That tumble is a little exciting, but we're going to be fine, actually. Our speed is low enough. I shouldn't have gone to 4x time acceleration, clearly. Jeb couldn't hold that. But we're fine. I think we're fine. Jeb, just keep waggling like that. Hey, we can get a crew report and temperature scan. Our speed is decreasing quickly. Is it quickly enough? I'm unsure. Four kilometers. We have to ditch it. We had to ditch our second stage there. We just weren't slowing down fast enough. We're at 1 kilometer right now. It's going to impact momentarily. There it goes. I was hoping to save the second stage, but alas, we could not. But what we can do is we can EVA report over the Kerbin's grasslands. So we'll go ahead and do that, get ourselves a little bit of science, and then physics warp down to the ground. As the recording suddenly loses all semblance of frame rate for reasons that I don't know. Well, if I swap over to focusing OBS, then we're actually fine. But when I swap back to attempt to control something, frame rate just vanishes again. I don't know. Okay, well, here we go. We have landed. We don't have a storage module, so we can't really do any of these, I believe. Like, if we EVA here, can we store multiple EVA reports? We actually can, but we can't store multiple crew reports or temperature scans. So let's just go ahead and recover this. I hope it doesn't have those performance issues on Minmus. That would be awkward. We only got 17.1 science, but that was more science than I was expecting to get. So we're at 254,000 funds. It costs us 225 to upgrade the VAB. Interesting. So that leaves us with 29,000. How much are we going to get for exploring the moon? A lot. Fly by the moon, gather scientific data from the moon. Yeah, we're going to get a lot from that. Okay, so that's definitely what we're going to be doing next. So let's open up our moon rocket and see just how much it costs to launch our Flea one. Oh, that's the auto-saved ship. We want this one. This is our moon rocket. This costs 23,000, so we have enough for a single launch. Perfect. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and put a cut in here, and next episode, we are headed to the moon. Subscribe for more, and I will see you all next time.